Maine is amongst the weakest states for amusement parks and water parks. The northernmost New England state features just 3 amusement parks and 2 water parks. I visit Funtown USA and Palace Playland annually, and have also visited York's Wild Kingdom and Aquaboggan several times over the years. Usually I create statewide countdowns for my favorite roller coasters, but because Maine only has 6 operating roller coasters, I thought I would instead count down the top 15 rides and attractions found in Maine. Kicking off this list at number 15 is the Ferris wheel at York's Wild Kingdom. This Eli Bridge Ferris wheel is the best ride at this small amusement park. The Ferris wheel is located on the edge of the property near the beach, so you get this awesome view of York Beach and the downtown area as well. And this Ferris wheel is mildly thrilling as well, which is kind of shocking. It's run quite fast, so the cars really rock over the top, and you sometimes get this falling sensation on the way down. Number 14, the bumper cars at Funtown USA. These bumper cars have average speed and power, but they make the list for 2 reasons. 1, Funtown runs a very long cycle in these bumper cars. I've clocked in at almost 5 minutes in the past. 2, Funtown allows head-on collisions. Yes, you heard that right. Unlike most parks that have a strict policy against this, Funtown does not mind one bit, and you have plenty of chances to cause them because the arena is wide open. Number 13, the Yankee Ripper at Aquaboggan. This water park's newest attraction is built on the backside of the hill, and it is a rush. You lug these heavy sleds atop the hill, and then you head down this sizable drop. The drop isn't overly steep, but it builds up a lot of speed for a water slide, and this leads to an exciting splashdown. You skim over an extended straightaway before shooting into the water, and if you don't keep your balance, you will comically wipe out into the water, so it's both a ride and a game in a way. Number 12, Tornado at Splashtown USA. Funtown's attached water park features a pro slide tornado. This slide has the usually great drop into the funnel, it's decently steep, and it can deliver an itty bitty pop of airtime. You then rock back and forth in the giant funnel, which is always a really cool visual. Number 11, Adrenaline at Palace Playland. This technical park frisbee was relocated from Europe, and it is a short but sweet ride. This ride only offers 2 to 3 max swings, but those swings deliver some forceful floater airtime. And that airtime is paired with good G's in the downswing, and more disorienting spinning than most other frisbees out there. If this ride had a longer cycle, it would have easily made the top 5. Number 10, Drop Zone at Palace Playland. This SBF Visa drop tower is not super tall, but it's tall enough to offer a great view of the beach and Atlantic Ocean. This drop tower has 5 ascents. 3 of the drops are double downs, and the final 2 drops go all the way down in one drop. The drops are brief, but they give a nice tummy tickling sensation and tiny pops of airtime. Number 9, Poseidons Plunge at Splashtown USA. This drop pod water slide may not be as steep as some others, but the lengthy drop offers a nice falling sensation the whole way down. This one features a countdown, and you can really feel a few of the seams in the slide pieces. This is why it's critical to use the optional backboards that the park provides. These make the experience way more comfortable and faster because they're really slick. Number 8, Tritons Twist at Splashtown USA. Located next to Poseidons Plunge is yet another drop pod slide. This one's initial drop has a similar falling sensation, but the drop does end much sooner. However, Tritons Twist compensates by following that drop with a high-speed flat turn that pulls some really good G's for a water slide. Just make sure to take advantage of those aforementioned backboards, or else you will feel every single seam on this slide. Number 7, Thunder Falls Log Flume at Funtown USA. This Hopkins log flume is the tallest log ride in New England. Thunder Falls only has 1 drop, but it's a good one. It's not steep enough to produce any airtime, but it is fairly zippy. The final splash gives the perfect amount of wetness, but this one can soak you due to the amount of geysers adjacent to the splashdown, and people are more than willing to drop 25 cents to soak you. While there are no other drops, most of the layout is tucked under the tree canopy. Number 6, Sea Viper at Palace Playland. Replacing the park's former Galaxy, this Preston Barbieri Anaconda model has a commanding presence at the end of the midway, and it looks especially great at night with all the lights. The coaster may look like it'll track poorly, but this is actually a surprisingly smooth coaster. The only shaky part is the final helix, but it does offer decent laterals. But the best laterals occur on the third and fourth drops, where you get slammed to the side, especially if you're in the back car and get whipped down those drops. Number 5, Power Surge at Palace Playland. The best ride at the Old Orchard Beach Amusement Park is this Zamperla flat ride. While the base no longer spins on this one, Palace Playland runs a longer cycle than other parks on this Power Surge, so you have plenty of time to flip, hang upside down, and aggressively rock. Between the disorienting inversions and scary foot choppers with the ride's arm, Power Surge is a chaotic experience. Number 4, Stealth at Aquaboggan. This Water Fun Products half-pipe slide can be found at a handful of other water parks. These slides have a fairly steep drop in the half-pipe that is accentuated by the slope that leads into it. It really feels like you'll fling off the slide. This drop is quite zippy, and the tight pullout delivers very good positive Gs, again for a water slide. And the drop is even more special in Aquaboggan's half-pipe because they allow riders to experience it backwards. The free fall sensation you get as you plunge towards the ground is oh so satisfying. The pendulum motion in the half-pipe isn't too forceful or extreme. The ride is all about that initial drop for me, but what a drop it is. Number 3, Dragon's Descent at Funtown USA. This S&S Turbo Drop is one of the tallest rides in all of New England, standing 220 feet or 67 meters tall. The views from atop the ride are spectacular. The side facing the gorgeous dragon entrance gives the best views, as you can see the Atlantic Ocean on a clear day. The other sides offer views of the dense Maine wilderness, and those views are paired with a strong drop. This is among the best S&S drop towers, as the climactic plunge pops riders out of their seat, and it also delivers a brief stomach dropping sensation. Number 2, Astrosphere at Funtown USA. If you've seen my video on indoor scramblers, you know I'm a fan of any flat ride that's plussed with lights and music. And Astrosphere is the poster child for that. This scrambler is among the slower ones out there, but that's a deliberate choice so riders can admire all the sights. The visuals on the scrambler are an attraction in itself. Between the lasers, lights, and projections, they're all synced to ELO's Fire on High. This is easily one of my favorite flat rides in the world because of how theatrical it is. And coming in at number 1 is Excalibur at Funtown USA. Maine's only wooden roller coaster is also the state's largest roller coaster, by a wide margin. This Custom Coasters International creation has a great setting. The coaster is tucked in the woods, so it's hard to see the layout off-ride. Plussing that setting is the Camelot theme given to the ride's area and station. And thanks to recent track work, Excalibur is running better than it has since the early 2000s. Excalibur is pretty darn smooth right now, and the ride rips through its course. The first half delivers several great airtime moments. The large drops deliver nice floater airtime in the back, while the front gets more aggressive airtime pops entering the turnarounds. And while those turnarounds do offer solid laterals, Excalibur cranks up the laterals in the second half, as you will get some of the most sustained laterals of any coaster in that figure 8 finale. When Excalibur runs like it does in 2021, this is an underrated gem. So those are my top 15 favorite rides and attractions at the Maine theme parks and water parks. What are your favorite rides in the Pine Tree State? I would love to hear your thoughts on any of the rides mentioned down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.